Hi, my name is Megan. I'm with Inkredible Techniques. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today I want to share with you how to make this cute little junior legal pad notebook cover. This is really quick and simple to make. I got this idea from another demonstrator, Jessica Taylor. I will link her video in the description below. If you're watching the premiere, after you watch the video, you can go to the description and you'll be able to see all the dimensions there. Before we get started on today's project, if you have not already done so, hit that big red button that says subscribe. I don't want you to miss any of these projects. I typically try to share at least once a week, sometimes more if I'm able to, but I don't want you missing out on any of the fun stuff. So hit that red subscribe. Once you've hit the subscribe button, if you hit the little bell icon, that will make sure that you get notifications for my videos and when I'm going live or when I'm premiering something. So I don't want you to miss out. So click that. If you have any questions, if you need a holiday catalog, if you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to earn your business. So with that said, let's get started. One thing that we can go ahead and do is here's our legal pad. And I've already cut a piece of paper. You'll just want to measure because your pad might be a little bit different. So you just want to measure the width of your notepad here. And mine is just right at 5 inches, but just a little bit slightly under. So I cut my piece of paper here to be 4 7/8. So just a smidgen shy of the 5 inches. And I'm going to just put some tear and tape, and I'm going to be quite generous with this. I want this to stick really well, so I'm going to probably place two strips here. So I'm going to place one, and since this is white tape or white backing on a white memo pad, it might be a little bit hard to see. I'm just going to tear that off, and then I'm going to place another strip at the top as close to the edge as I can get it, and then I'm going to flip it over and place one right on the back. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and burnish that a little bit. And so actually, since I did that one first, we'll just go ahead. I peeled that one off. Well, I want to make sure that I line this up right, so I'm just going to flip this around a little bit. So I'm lining up the edge of this cardstock piece with my notebook, and I'm going to just hold it in place. And this is only because I tore off the back end before I intended to. And then I'm just going to wrap this around, and I'm going to stick that down. Now, I didn't bother scoring the top part of this. If you really wanted to, you could. I just didn't want to go to all that trouble. I'm going to go ahead and peel the backing off of the sticky strip on the front here. Okay. And then I'm just going to carefully roll this around to the front. And you see there's just a little tiny white edge here showing, but really once it's in the holder, you're not going to notice that. So now we have this, we'll set this aside. Next I'm going to grab, this is the piece that we're going to use for the inside pocket. And actually all I want to do with this one is to grab, I have a 1-inch circle punch, and I'm just going to eyeball about the center of this panel. And I'm going to go about halfway in with my punch, maybe 3/4 of the way in, and I'm just going to punch it. Now that we've cut our cover piece for our notepad, and we've already got this top on, we're going to then score this piece. We want to score this at 5 1/16 and 5 5/16. And then again at 10 3/8. Okay, we're done with our scoring. We'll set the trimmer up to the side. The next thing we want to do is go ahead and fold at all of the score lines. I'll get my bone folder out for this. We're going to fold this down. This is going to form, this piece that we cut earlier is going to form the pocket for the inside. So we're just going to place a piece of tear and tape right along the edge here to hold this. And I am going to place this as close to the top as I can get it. Okay, we've got that. And then go ahead and peel the backing of this off. And the next thing I'm going to do is line up these edges. All right, so it's lined up. I'm going to push that down. And so you can see how this begins to create our pocket. I'll go ahead and give that a good rub from the inside as well. Next, I'm going to place some tear and tape from the top edge here just before the score line. I'm going to do that on the top and the bottom. My thought for this would be a great notebook to put in your handbag when you're going shopping for your holidays. And then you've got this little pocket for receipts. We're going to peel the backing of this off. And then we're going to just make sure that it's folded straight and give it a good press. So now we have our pockets. And you can see we're going to place our notepad down here and it's going to fit just perfect. So what we want to do next is go ahead and place tear and tape on the back of our notebook. And I'm going to do this in strips along the way. Multiple places on here because you want this to be good and strong. We are going to then carefully flip this over and place this towards the top and centered. So now we have our cute notebook cover with a little pocket. You could decorate the inside right here if you wanted to. Today I'm just keeping this quick and simple. I needed a fast project to share with you today, and I'm also again going to link to Jessica Taylor. This is where I got the idea from, so I will link that video in the description as well if you want to go take a look at her project. I'm using 2 designer series papers here, and I love this top one. It has kind of a photogenic look to it. This is from the All is Bright designer series paper. So this is the back side of what that paper looks like. And now I'm going to take and put snail on the back of this layer. And then we'll mount this onto the front and just center it. So now that we have our notepad cover here, I want to do a little bit of stamping just to put something on the outside here. So this stamp it says just a note, and this is from the Flourishing Phrases stamp set. I'm going to ink it up in Cherry Cobbler and stamp it onto my cardstock here. So I've stamped my sentiment here. It just says just a note. This is again from the Flourishing Phrases. I'm going to use my stitched shaped oval to cut that out. I'm going to use the larger, or one size up from this one to cut out the background. As a reminder, when you are cutting out your shapes and sentiments, you want to, I have a magnetic plate here. I'm using a clear plate. Then you put your cardstock down. Now I've already cut this, but if it was a fuller sheet, you put your cardstock down, you put your framelit or die on top, then the clear plate, and then you run it through the Big Shot. So I've done that, and I have my sentiment and the layer. So all I need to do now is put some snail adhesive on the back, attach that, centering it to this layer. So I'm going to pop it up on some dimensionals. Just place a few of these. Then you can peel the backs of these off. And I'm just going to place this down at the bottom. So now you have this really cute junior pad cover. You have a place for receipts. You can do your Christmas shopping list here, party planning, whatever you want. And then you've got this pocket for, like I said, receipts or something else that you need, pictures, anything fun that you want to use it for. So I hope you enjoyed today's project. If you have not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. I love having you here, learning new things with me and creating. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Until next time, have an incredible day.